Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Good morning. I bring you a massive greetings from the TNN TV Media Empire host. Today, the 1st of September, 2022. Me when they talk, na the anchor, na the program. And my name na Prince Emil Koma. So once again, can I say I bring you a massive greetings from the TNN, then and now TV Media Empire. The 1st of September, the very first day of September 2023. Once more, my name is Prince Emil Koma. The program tonight is a continuation of a week-long program that we have been holding or hosting, whichever word you feel more comfortable with, where we bring personalities, dignitaries, VIPs, and other Sierra Leoneans then basically, not necessarily get for being VIP, day-to-day Sierra Leoneans then because they self get something for say, and this talk here where we need talk. So a center on voter registration. We all know say elections, serious elections, they come. And then election there, the decision we family and they make, what we be not saying at this platform is we would like for provide information, very valid value information, clean information, objective information, so that choices where people they make will be the right choice. We need to decide for they will provide the information at least, then get something for play around with. So on today, I want for welcome Una as we can rob mouth me and me guest, a man we a legal minded man first of all. So some of the things them or majority of the things them that we are going to be talking about this evening, today at some point, is going to be centered on the legality of issues. He's no stranger. It's a legal mind, in a lawyer by profession. And anytime when something can happen, in can split and for let we see the inside, all the nitty-gritty of what go on. So we go center, we talk largely on voter registration and the upcoming election. We go talk about the party in party where it belong to in a All People's Congress operative. And he makes no bones about it. We go talk about registration. We go talk about the 21-man committee. We go talk about boundary delimitation. I mean, most things then we center around the upcoming process of elections. I will introduce me guests, but Fambulem, this is it. This not the media of the moment. This not the media where the people them they come for listen to, forget factual news, objective news. This not the media who say we do split year analysis for let the layman, the laywoman understand exactly what's in the gun. So I admonish you now, help for share this particular broadcast, and for now, don't touch that dial. We guest today, Fambulem, as one can see na the screen. It's none other but lawyer AHMED SESAY. Like I said on the intro, we bring and come for can help you for understand most of the things them from a legal perspective. Very serious things them, mind you. When they talk about things, then we get the potential for change the landscape, the political landscape, the economic and social landscape of the country, either for good or for bad, depending on the conversations that we are having and whether it's having the right effect for help shape the narrative na the ground, so things then will go according to how they for go in favor of the people. So like I say again, we get lawyer AHMED SESAY. Lawyer AHMED SESAY, of course, you are no stranger to this platform. You appeared here a few times, which we deeply appreciate, sir. And I want to say hello to you.
Hello, viewers, and hello to you. It's always a pleasure being with you guys.
Thank you so much. And let's go down straight to the business we can talk now the program. And I want to begin here with another controversial issue. There have been so many controversial issues in lawyer MCC. Pardon me, I get a little bit of a host voice. Been talking too much for the entire week, but we can't stop talking until we last breath. So we will keep talking for Mama Salone. The controversy around many issues going on to take place in the country, it seems endless. But some of them are more important than others because they get the tendency for shape the future in a way where it will look really terrible, it will look bad, or the outcome might not be a good thing in itself. In the lead up to election, lawyer Sisay, we heard this issue about midterm census and the consequence of midterm census waiting commodity now boundary delimitation. We were told earlier that this thing not get nothing to do with politics. Suspicions in many quarters because in the end they exactly say this get for do with politics. We're not going too deep with the midterm census because then the people are not adjudicated on already. But the government seems for determine or use the results of the midterm census for create this boundary delimitation. So once again, I know that's something we don't talk about for the benefit of reviewer them now this platform and for the benefit of history. This boundary delimitation, how legitimate, how legal from the context of the midterm census, how legal it is?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, the boundary limitation, people then can get confused sometimes where they can say the boundary limitation, they get three reasons for delimit the country. 3 reasons. All now legal based reason. The first one, where the Constitution at Section 38 Constitution say the Electoral Commissioner get rights for delimit the country where every 5 years, we pass 5 years and not more than 7 years. So naturally, it get right for delimit the country, for shape the country into new constituencies. Now, the other authority where it get, where there are redistricting, where there is a redistrict, even 5 years not do it, but we can pass a law say, we can pull 2 new districts, i.e. in the case of, 2015, we get Falaba district, we pull Karine district. So where there are 2 new districts, there is bound to be a delimitation. So imagine I don't tell you, say, who say the Constitution day. I'm waiting the Constitution saying in Section 38. This now the electoral law say who say a new district emerge, who get for do delimitation. And then the final one where perhaps all man can the warriors na census. A new census after duly assented by the parliament, ratified and assent by parliament, revokes the previous. So if new census results bring in drastic changes, then there is going to be delimitation. So I don't show now 3 areas. Let me just recap. The Constitution Section 38 provides, say, the Electoral Commissioner get the power for delimit the country after 5 years, not more than 7 years. Enough for we pass 7 years, but anytime we pass 5 years, if for delimit the country, if we so wish. You understand? Then I also say where there are new districts. Outside new districts and they emerge, the electoral laws say the commissioner get right for do delimitation for usurp those new districts. And then the final one, the equator say, outside census coming. So all the 2 so far don't they in place. There's been a new census, albeit huge controversies, and it don't pass 5 years. Almost run about 5 years because now 2017, now in Dengi, the report of the previous delimitation, it was on 2017 June. Now in Dengi, the report of the delimitation of parliament, the previous delimitation. So 2017 to now, they argue say it on 5 years. So For delimit the country, one will say yes. In all fairness, there is a statutory basis for that. Now, the begin with the delimitation one born when at proportional representation, now the controversy, because it's always good for not for disenfranchised people. According to the representation organogram, at least 40 to 50,000 constituents, people them per representation. So if the new census or if a new delimit districts don't come out, we should say people then don't in a particular area, some constituency, then they will put them together, then get over 130 to 140,000 people. So that don't tell you, see, then two constituencies and they don't go, therefore pull a new constituency. So if you ask me, that is the three legal basis for a delimitation.
All right, Lawyer Ahmed, many thanks for breaking that down. Of course, you touch on a key issue just very briefly, because all of these emerge from something, emerge from some side. When are the midterm census? So even though I'll not be one make that the center of the conversation tonight, because we get a very limited time for this program. But if the midterm census was questionable, and the legal parameter then not be falaram. And I'm not saying they're not falaram. My understanding is it wasn't followed to the letter. So anything we emerge from them becomes then questionable. Will that be a good characterization of the midterm census? Which I all anything there emerge from, even though you don't explain to we the basis of waiting basically make it look legal from the constitutional point of view from section 38. But the basis itself, the midterm.
Well, what I tell you is just the literal meaning of the law, what the law says. There is due process. In any law, there is due process. There are triggers, there are qualifying triggers, there is a test, there are non-tests. Every law, there are due process. So now, a mere census is nothing without ratified by Parliament. It has to go through Parliament, okay? But I mean, leading to the census, we all don't see Usai, the credibility of the process was severely dented when a couple of international donors and sponsors questioned the credibility of the census. Now, if they in doubt, then other people they say, no, the president say you get the rights under the Statistics Act, say every 10 years. Or in case of any emergency. But there are other issues that will be followed. So because of all the trappings prior to this legislation, I mean this census, people then take and say, well, it not make sense. We know they participate. It doesn't mean that is everyone knows it. That is not the true image picture of Sierra Leone demographics. You cannot say Kenima gets 720,000 people, Freetown gets 650 or so. You understand? Then, according to the figures, Freetown Urban can third after Abo and Kenima. You understand? Because the danger is, we're now coming to registration, right? The last registration alone, Western Urban is 840,000 people, close to 1 million. This is the voting age only. The voting age, the 18 and over. Now, if you say the entire population, you understand, not able to surpass the voting age population, previous one. And now we're going to registration. And figures will prove that the voting in Freetown would range in up to 1 million. That is the over 18s. So if there can be 1 million, then you say your entire census population is 600,000 for Freetown. Let's face it, there's a danger looming. This goes to show that this is not a document we should rely on. If the Electoral Commission one rely on the statutory footing for delimit the country, fine, the more the merrier. Anytime they do delimitation, there will be more constituencies emanating from Freetown. Any good for we. So ordinarily would not be for mine any delimitation. If there is nothing forced down our throats in the form of proportional representation, one utilize. Because the whole essence of a census, it is how you cater for your people, how the international communities go use those indexes and other people for help una. So if you go say Freetown is lower, and when you school feeding program alone, they show say you they feed over 800, almost 100,000 picking them only. You understand? And now you now Western area, and now you say the entire population of Freetown is less than that. How is that for a planning? If somebody want help with from a different country, they Qatar, he want help Freetown. He say, but let me look at their census. About Freetown no boku. Let not help them. Let look other side. You know, there are the population 600. Let just mention. If now 6 corporates, let just give them 6 corporates. Where ordinarily na 15 corporates they do for week. You understand? So that is the danger.
Ahmed, many thanks, because you speak very much to the point. And it's the danger looming, and you use that phrase there as well, which I was trying to attract from you, and well articulated. So, having said that, I want to move on again to the next process when at the voter registration, because then thing they are then kind of tie in. Going forward, people like you and many others don't express some serious concerns regarding the voter registration. I've listened to tips by you and short videos by you, short blogs by you on this particular issue. And I felt compelled for bring you come on the show for let me see whether we can reach a wider audience where at least we can calculate and see how many people manage for your in stock. So the issue here is, Lawyer Ahmed, before going any further, regarding voter registrations, what are your concerns? You've got major concerns, you've expressed them, but on this live program, what are your concerns, sir?
Well, I will say previously, because so far while we were on the air these few days, me concern they were legitimate because first of all, when NEC want start the process, then call a stakeholders meeting, then call all the political parties. So I'm fortunate for who represent the APC party because there were other legal issues embedded there. So now the party say make I go represent. So I go represent then I go all process the education on voter registration, on delimitation, on the new legislation, on a whole area for let we just familiarize with political parties. We should do like a workshop, 2 days, not the north. So I've been highlight some concern. The concern is simple based on the process because as I say, voting are right. We'll go come to that later. But my concern na be, NEC don't tell we say, this NACRA, we not been there at the previous registration or register. The NACRA computers we then order about 2000. And for the records, not just the NACRA computer, they didn't at the registration, no, they get the VVK kits, when at the voter verification kits, then they get their own computer. But the NACRA computer, na the first stop. Members say initially, the legislation been want use the identification, national identification number as a criteria initially. But luckily, they've been get for reports that Parliament say no. So now, but still we get this computer where they for try for generate data from that computer for feed NEC. Yes, it is legal because the act say the commissioner can do fixed registration and biometric registration. Biometric means he can derive data from the National Archives and generate a register, or he do fixed registration, or can go to their school, then court barre, then town for go register. So he combine both. So this combination don't make we question the turnaround time. How long will it take an individual for go queue, first stop, then at the hall, the registration center, then verify you. From there, you go to the VVK kits, then pick up your registration or confirm say you been registered. Where your ID card and not get your ID card, mark and down, go give slip, come on a do. Come for your ID card later. Yes, I no get ID card, I no want to register. My name not in Anakra. Yes, you go to the second station, the second journal. Second journal checks, say, yes, you be registered, qualify, go qualify, go to the VVK kits. Yes, I no register Nakra. Go to the second station. Second station, you no vote last year, your name not there. You go to fresh registration. So that fresh registration, that turnaround time is what we're worried at. Say, how long? Because we don't see during the process of registration, civil registration, when they compile the civil register, how people then don't go in a particular a given center all day, they're not able to register reach 100 people. So we don't want a reoccurrence of that kind of thing in day. So we been they ask electoral commission for make them do, let them give you a turnaround time. So we go able to use that for calculate how most people then based on the time they go able to register at a given constituency or a ward. So now, while we're on there, I think they don't listen to we then decide to, okay, tomorrow, Friday, they're going to do a pilot project. Don't then go see how waiting at the turnaround time. And then if need be, then go increase the capacity in a station. Look, considering the previous register. What I mean previous register, like my station who saw the register na run sab. Sorry, na number 9 Spur Road. That register they get over 4,000 people there. So if that register they, I mean, with all, I mean, predictions say get for go to 4,200. So let's say 4,000 people register at that station. So tomorrow, NEC go see, I mean, Electoral Commission go see how best they go able. So that may concern that particular one. I don't put on hold, pending, because then listen to we. And I want commend NEC for that, Electoral Commissioner for that, because it kind of sensitive to the demands this time around, because some of the issues they will raise, then they'll finally try for address them, you know. But there are others still the fear not there at bay. I just put her in abeyance force, I anger force, just in case. But we anticipate a delay in the initial stage because of lack of infrastructures, because they may not tell you say 1,815 stations now them force they open, and then later we go to. So these are some of the concerns, plus other concerns we as we go along the program, the highlights there.
Again, many thanks, sir. Just for catch up quickly on a few things where you say, especially about NEC, because the question on this particular program is questioning whether NEC is actually prepared. And it seemed like part of this conversation and part of the things they will hear and see doesn't seem like they are really prepared, but it's not for me to say so, but for make the case, let other people and say. Lawyer Sisay, you say at some point NEC be hold a stakeholder meeting or engagement with all political parties then. And
Yes.
you been fortunate for be a participant there. So you really inside talk waiting go on there and the organization with them they move along with for see how they will go forward with the process of election, this voter registration and other things then. But yet you are still expressing concerns, even though you say things are changing along the way. One of the major concerns then when you express is that of time. You want for say the NEC not been taken into account some of these things then where you decide so like how long it will take one person for register. Basically logistical problem. Did NEC not take this into consideration?
No, they take them into consideration, but you know, consistently for the past 3 years, 2007 we had issues. I began represent my party from proportional representation and NEC 2002. 2007 we get issues. 2012 we had so much issues, and then 2018 at the 17 have been the worst. Some people their name not even appear. So NEC always gets issues where, but this time around, I have to be honest, I see a bit organized NEC in terms of how they share their load, and I see how the Electoral Commission this time around able, they build an organogram. Now every branch, the outreach, the media, the planning, the policy, will get who that they talk to. Like first them, and they even get an European Union desk officer for CC, the international community back gets their own first-hand information. So, but some of them problem they are not so like I have to be fair, not to like NEC they anticipate them. It's then cannot plan say now so they be. But when they send their staff them na the pool, then they staff them maybe either they're not they're ill equipped, they're not computer savvy enough because now contractors. NEC not get that manpower for the staff for go register the entire country. Our contractors the NEC they use. You know? So NEC Electoral Commission, some man where then they go higher, some man are by sabab. We reach now for actually play with the computer, let go faster for register, boom. Problem comes. So some of these problems are man-made, artificial, some of them are self-induced problems. So we at this time we not get option now for just trust the system because we don't audit the system. We don't see how they want to do the VVK kits. We don't see how then they generate the number. It's simple, your telephone number, only you name, you date, your full name, a date of birth. If you not get your telephone number, we take register as you get and pap, NACRA able generate, then give you slip, then write your number, give you, then say go. So that's we don't because of engagement, we don't short in the way then they generate your name instead of go pass you go with. Then wait I can talk to the registrants or people who they go for register. That slip when NACRA been give or that receipt where you picture day. If you go with them, you they make the process quick because that man just a tap that long number, he send you because what then they do, then they extract data from the civil register to the voter register. So if they extract and quick extract, I don't send and they. So yes, the problem then they, but I mean, even America self voters them can get issues. But what you know I encourage things same way will be for avert. Problems same way ordinarily will be for stop. We no want let it linger on then for say we'll be talking. But so far so good. Would they work with NEC and then cooperate and they cooperate with small.
Again, Lawyer Ahmed, let's talk about the process we just talked about just now. Thank you for developing that, and at least it appears like some of the problems have been solved, but there are many others outstanding. So let's look at the time frame. Some of the constraints we voted and turn up, assuming they not get that sleep where they make things go fast. But then get for do the reverse process where they get for check them up now the system before then they verify them. That alone is time consuming, and we are talking about a nationwide process. With the amount of logistics we then get, do you think Italy with that process, and not only the logistic, but the time frame as well? I understand say this exercise is for a month. If this is so, with over how many thousand centers and the number of people that we get for turn up, do you think that then we're able to meet up with the desired outcome based on the logistical problem, their time frame, and etc., sir?
I hate to say it. The answer is no. Emphatically, the answer is no. Why? Because to be honest, I speak as a citizen, a Sierra Leonean, true Sierra Leonean, devoid of partisan sentiment. We had issues. The last one, 2017. We highlight say, una manpower not enough per center. Then deny we pass where they extend the registration back for additional period. We commodity national simple registration. We'll be the monitor them back as well for the civil register. We'll get the same issue, pass where they extend the date for register. Do you understand? This one back, now the same thing. Would the Allah say the time, the turnaround, you go back and say, hey, well, sorry, because they say now 100% of the voting age, now then target, 100%. You understand? So for attain 100%, the previous votes are about 3.5 million people. You understand? Around 3.5, the previous voting age. So let's say, for argument's sake, it bloats to 4 million. For 4 million people, even if you make 10 minutes per person, 15 minutes per person, do the math. So it will be very difficult. But thank God the legislation gave the commissioner the power for extend the voting time if the due process is impeded. Same way, so voting time, the election day, if one polling center get problem, the electoral commissioner also get the mandate for extend them to the time lost, as long as you want attain in 100% goal. Because the language is universal adult suffrage. We have so much legal ambits we tie me right, where it too much for ill planning can disenfranchise me, because these rights are recognized by my constitution. They are recognized by international covenants and treaties. These rights are recognized by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, very prominent. So all these rights where then give me, it go ask me for an ill-prepared organization can take them from me. So they say, let NEC look at the past and notice the problems and weigh them in the face. Yes, I understand. I'm not trying to be the devil's advocate, but there are financial constraints for funding. Even to the preparation of NEC, they had huge financial challenges. That is why they split the registration to two phases. 1,815 to one phase and 1,815 to the other. But the planning, I don't think say NEC registration will go without challenges or glitches.
Lawyer Ahmed, obviously, none of them process there, like you cited earlier, even at the great Western countries, there are constraints, logistical problems, but they can manage, for overcome them and mostly mitigate the factor than they. Not to the extent where it will get serious impact, because this is with fear. So it will get that significant impact on the desired outcome. But I want to talk about hypotheses, circumstances, and potentially conspiracy a little bit, which is strange because I'm talking to a lawyer. But I want to look at circumstance again, because again, you can do that in a court. What if? What about? So you talk about the commissioner, the goodness of the exercise. The commissioner is empowered by law for extend, I think, the voting period if he see fit that the outcome is being impacted by the mishap the way they happen, and you want that 100% desired outcome. Now, Lawyer Ahmed, the match to this process has been tainted with scandals, including the process itself we order in this particular process will depend, i.e. the midterm census, proportional representation, voter registration, and now NACRA in the mix. So if we should go by some of the things them way with the area, and supposedly it play in the interest of certain parties, sir, do you think the commissioner will be interested in extending the time further just for get a desired outcome on the basis of legality, not on the basis of an individual or an entity that desire? I think I try for mix them up, but you're a smart man. I'm sure you get me.
Listen, you're right. Let me say this for the records. Gerrymandering has a lot of tricks. When you gerrymander, these are some of the areas where any smart politician, they start for watch. You go and use the system, the institutions for gerrymandering. In other words, you go once let you area get a flow process unimpeded, and then the opposition stronghold get issues on for register. You understand? We are aware of how for avert for guard against gerrymandering. If these people, if the NEC people then know say this exercise is a constitutional, it's a constitutional and it gets a statutory and constitutional footing. And they know say people have recourse in case they feel disenfranchised. But it is, I'm not going to say bring relief, but it makes our case easier because they have an European Union desk and NEC, Electoral Commission. For all this time, when they go tally for the party, whenever there are elections, I mean, one of the few people them way the party they send NEC for go tally. They see the participation of the international community this time around, especially the European Union. They get a permanent desk and officer way based there. So at any point, we feel say the process they delay, we get for flag them out. And that is why we want NEC take into consideration we concerns. If we say the time frame consistently the past elections will get issued. Now they say they don't throw in Sunday. The last time Musa will meet, we agree say fine, then they throw in Sunday because we bring in issues of employed people, people in the off 5 o'clock, then pull in at the center at the close. Yes, then don't throw in Saturday and Sunday, 7 days a week. Now, if for any reason we suspect, say, there is an intentional, because sometimes it could be a lone operative, rogue operative, where Electoral Commission might not have any idea, but this rogue operative might get in own hidden agenda. These are issues for the flag up because the new act where they passed in Parliament, which I was very, very, very active in advising MPs and looking at the legislation, it criminalized all the things they did. First way intentionally, one impede on the voting process or the compilation of a voter register, a whole lot of issues then they address them and this new act will get through. So I just wonder whether Electoral Commission Sierra Leone, during the briefing and then workshop to them employees or then contractors, then tell them the legal ramifications if they intentionally want disenfranchise people or want skew the process towards one political party or an individual. So to answer straight to your question, we are on guard constantly.
Is it not true, Lawyer Ahmed, that you've been on guard from day one? But even as much as you've been on guard, you've been muzzled, you've been silenced, you've been manipulated up to the point where we are.
It is true as a political party, not individual. As a political party, yes. But you see, you ought to do what you're supposed to do in the eyes of the law. Because every crime not the rotten. If you commit a political crime or offense today, but because of maybe you party in power, they cannot reach you or prosecute you. Members say, crime not the rotten. But we have to try for flag the issue, even if you go to a police station. And this is why I'm encouraging some of these people where they claim, say, there is a human rights violation. Please, not ever hesitate for going to the police station and record the time when you go to a police station, say, they abuse you, they seize you right, and then get your diary. Let the people know that you were at this petrol station on such and such a day with a witness, and then nobody give you audience. Police not even open, take you statements, police say let you go home. Get you details. Because why? If we are to prosecute this crime, anybody want to prosecute this crime in the future, the International Criminal Court, they operate on a system which you call complementarity. They will not prosecute until you've tried or the state fail for prosecute. When the state fail for prosecute, then the international community now will get a clear case, say this guy, he been carrying case go, the police say, because the due process, the criminal justice system now Sierra Leone start from a police station. A police, now in they investigate, then charge you matter. If at that stage the police not even give you audience, just document and say, on such and such a day, you get witness. I went to the police and the police not even give me audience. This police station, I meet this police officer, this person I be there in charge. Just get that evidence. So same way so, with voter fraud or voter delinquencies, we can only document issues, but let nobody feel say go escape punishment if we try for skew the system, because it is a crime and criminal matters, we all know, they still they pursue the nasty culprits. So let us say criminal crime not the rotten.
Yeah, I absolutely. I do have faith in that, but in terms of the police narrative, it's easier said than done, especially with in the era of state capture, the news around we police the institution as a whole, brutality, heavy-handedness. I mean, well, I still do agree with you that people need for documenting, because in the long run, actions will have to be taken. Law need a rotting. Absolutely right. Lawyer Sisay, obviously, some of the things that really happen within the country is because we do not have, as Sierra Leoneans, an effective opposition to hold a government to account. Your party, who is the largest opposition party, is divided to the core, to the seam, is all split. In the absence of unity, there would be no tangibles, no incentives, no dividends will be derived. Isn't that true, Mr. Sisay, Lawyer Sisay?
Well, it's partially true when you say the party is in I will not say it's in disarray. The party is on a litigation footing. We have issue, but again, it goes to show that Salon, we na a law-abiding party, because they don't throw so much things at we warrant a whole lot of things we curtail, we keep. Same way this order with the court giving. We want, this is a time constraint order. It is not perpetual. The man puts a time where we don't achieve this, we don't achieve this, we don't achieve this. Yes, the path to achieving the orders might be rugged. There are a lot of impasse, but we get fumble talk. Like recent as yesterday, and as I'm speaking to you within a party office, we don't put that we don't put it under control. We don't reunite, we don't put aside the impasse. And now, even the one that we objects to the election rules, we don't try for put them together for let them understand, say yes, some of the rules we rely on PPRC for make the advice. Some of the rules we want to see them and agree, just so we know that yes, let UNASEF be part of formulating these rules, because the court ordered the 21-man committee to promulgate these rules and subject them to the due process. All that one day they take we are back. So we don't decide now, all the objectors, then we'll sit together in one room, we'll try for talk, we agree together, and then we approach PPRC, say yes, we don't get a magnanimous agreement, and then this is we wish to proceed. Immediately after we this registration, mid-October, we get to a convention. We first convention, and the conventions, and they go, would they try for make them quickly say we go? Yes, we're on. We get on. Which I foresee we get a very turbulence situation. We're still under turbulence, but the plane will stabilize. I guarantee that, because you see, there are reforms, and even in any organization, when you try for filter in reforms, if they go with for try for pull old guards, there is this dogma in APC, say the mentality. For transit this party from one level to the other is not easy. But to say we're not a formidable opposition, it's not true. We are. You will say, I hold the notion that Parliament is not fighting enough. And I wrote an article, a damning article, that our members of Parliament are not kind of fighting the way we would want them to. So the parliamentary leadership invites me in a parliament, say, okay, this legislation, 3 pieces of legislation we did before we saw, as a lawyer, can't represent the party, can't advise we, can't work with you in a parliament, but let you advise we how for go. And me, small time while I work with them, I notice it is actually, yes, therefore don't put up a fight way before this. But same way back, this is a government where the democratic credentials not stack up to expectation. And they muscle people out, muscle them for coming. But be that it may, the parliamentarians get them blamed, because I still hope, say, if they fight 60%, they're not giving 100%. They should have fought tooth and nail, because in the absence of a viable political party leadership structure, the parliament will for step in, say yes. Even all these problems where they happen, so all these fracas where they happen, so I hold the view that with parliament, the leadership in parliament, if we take a very focal point, its intimidation is all over. But all I am saying is the vicious circle. Look, quite recently, one of the member of parliament, Honorable Mohammed Bangura. Honorable Mohammed Bangura had issues, then they accused, say, he gets issue na Samara Bendugu elections, of which he went there in good faith. Then call invite an police, a sitting honorable member of parliament. And then the police detain him 6 days in a cell, according to an account, without seeing the sun, lock him inside. Now they discreet, now they excrete, now they do everything inside a cell in a sitting member of parliament with now a bailable offense. When an electoral court they not appear send an electoral court. There is a member, they say honorable member of parliament for a reason. You cannot escape sitting in parliament. You cannot leave the jurisdiction for a certain point, then they hold by elections. You forfeit your seat. So these are the likely people them qualify for bail in all sphere. Then two, they get immunity within the exercise of a duty in a parliament. But the police not go see say this man worthy of a bail. So that goes to show that the institutions are helping our country going down the trails, because police get the prerogative for say, you know what, go and come tomorrow, bring a sortie, bring 5 sortie, where they can guarantee you a bail, only for come and keep a member of parliament inside. Not because of that, but because they're sending a message to the parliament that we're coming with the legislation at parliament. Now we don't get one person. We go able to control and through this case. You understand? My problem is, this is very serious. I would like to see when this incident happen, our members of parliament, they demand for see His Excellency the President with immediate effect.
Absolutely.
Immediate effect. And go to the President, tell the President that the President is a member of parliament. The President, a member of parliament, is a colleague to His Excellency. So tell the President this is what is going on. And we detest that, and the President has to aware. Because some of us, when a government change tomorrow, they want to do unto the opposition. Some of us will rise against that, say, you can't do that. to a sitting member of parliament. You cannot. So whose moral grounds where we go stand? But waiting they perplex me, it is not the action of these people. It is the silence of our brothers from the legal entity. It is the silence of the institutions such as Bar Association. When the Constitution, they see the due process, it's been flouted, and then, they see nobody, they talk. And then the other, let's just give one scenario. 2000 and was it 2010 or so? When towards 2012 election, there was a rally, Nabo. His Excellency the President, unfortunately, somebody sent stone way, then bossy it. Very unfortunate incident of which none of us condone. Because we particularly, everybody knows I stand in terms of violence. Me talk and me pen and I'm a weapon. So then go arrest SLPP members of parliament. SLPP operatives then say now then burn the party. In response, then go burn the APC party office. Then burn the APC party office. Then go arrest some of them, including one member of parliament. Then charge them with arson. Kill them go Pandemba Road. And then I wrote to President Kuruma because I say, this is a bailable offense. It's arson, a maximum na 20-25 years or even life imprisonment. I say, but still a bailable offense. I say, let them not advise you, sir, for set a dangerous precedent. I say, let them grant them bail, sir. I say, you're advocating for the SLPP operatives. I say, not to the advocates, sir. They advocate for the law and posterity. So, President Kuruma see and say reasonable enough and make a solid case. He tell me, say, now he tell the Attorney General, say, he say, follow the law, let them bail them. They spend about 11 or 12 days in Pandemba, then bail them. As in case when a life imprisonment or 20-year max minimum. So I did that because I know this day will come. I expect other person from the SLPP when gross violation of due process, they occur, unbailable offenses, then they keep people in a prison. Party up. Let them stoop up and go talk and say, it is wrong. This is bailable. Because tomorrow, other political party can have power. It go get for be.
Yeah, Lawyer Sesay, well said. That was a lengthy explanation there, but all this boiled down to the initial question, where it doesn't look like the party is in unison. And the fact speaketh, the party they run on a design or structure or something with structure by the enemy. In this case, the ruling party, where for all desire and intent, go and see APC broken. Because now they pose challenge to their very survival in power. And now you use the judiciary. Is this not all part of the state capture? Already you don't talk so, and then you Patino United, the fact that the academic class, the Sierra Leone Bar Association, almost all of the professionals, they seem to have either been co-opted or intimidated into silence. And this is not boding well for country and for people.
You're right. But I will say, I consider later. I tell you, say, yes, we get turbulence with our party. I say, but as far as the storm they weather down, I don't tell you, say, we dey in part to, for unite the party. We don't get good strides. We don't make good gains lately for bring the party together. The 21-man committee don't agree.
Ahmed, pardon me for budging, because you said the same thing, and I know that you try to make that case. But if supposedly the enemy now in design a structure where they operate on, how are you going to survive?
Well,
what can
you
tell
see,
your people out there?
The enemy can't dictate for us.
Well,
This is
what's
the people.
Lawyer Ahmed, you are a lawyer, you are a man familiar with the law. Your party
You're
was
right.
in a court,
Yeah.
okay? The dictate of the court now empower a 21-man committee where they at loggerhead, and somewhere You then at that center there with your legal mind. 21-man committee designed by the court, where they operate on a majority, and the majority na outside 12 day. The chairman get 9. What is this, Lawyer Ahmed? What is this?
Well, you see, what are they say, Naya? When you defect, in Africa, well, in Sierra Leone, I for say, it's no secret, the judiciary always is overly subdued, subservient to the government of the day. Yes. We cannot go blameless as a political party. We should have known this way before we embark into disputes. You know, say, when you get your step man, no able bled and complain, they always for no verdict. But for now, I can only tell you things moving forward. We are a determined party. They don't throw everything at us. But one thing we believe in, that power belongs to the people. When the people through the ballot box say enough is enough, through the ballot box say enough is enough, honestly, the truth shall triumph. We know they deny say yes, if we don't come together. I hate for can social media and begin push out come out. Will not be for then at this situation had we come together, we listen to each other, but we don't. That is already spilled milk. Moving forward, we are ready as a political party for firmly stand for which we believe in, for pursue the political dictates that the Constitution provides to us, for follow the statutory footing, for take this government 2020, for take over the reins of government 2023, and we shall be victorious. Yes, okay. There are state captures. Yes, there are semblance of state captures. Yes, there's semblance of huge intimidation. Yes, but history will tell we say so many political parties, the ANCs of the world, we don't go through all this intimidation at some point. They reign supreme, because when the people say today na day, they vote. And June 24 is round the corner.
Let's talk substance. That's good historical analysis there. And again, on a note of optimism for you party people that will listen, that sounds like a rallying cry. But let's talk substance. The fact here is your party, the largest opposition party, is nowhere organized on all of the levels: ward, executive, constituency, and many more. You are split down to the bottom. I use that again. The party is tribalized. Those of us on the outside who are watching things unfold, it's tribalized. You get sections, the big 6, the big 2, Peter Conte and Dr. Conte, all of this. And within this, it's not impossible for let them make a line formation and go to elections as a united front. But time is of an essence here. And I talked earlier on about the judiciary. They shape the events on the ground, especially when it comes to the only party who can pose a challenge to their survival in power. Are you not scared that all of this talk where you talk about taking power 2023, Lawyer Ahmed, is probably just trying to show up confidence with the APC people who are looking up to you and others?
No. Let me talk the facts and the reality here, which is uncontroverted. You all are aware, I told you earlier, we have a time constraint order. The court gave us a time constraint order, and this is the High Court of Sierra Leone, and we shall abide. Now, then don't tell me, say, this time to this time, we are all on a lower level convention, of which they can hold with lower level convention. From the lower level convention, a week after, we hold the district, constituency, district, regional. And then we go for the national convention. And then we go for flag bearer. So even if the Pope and the Imam of Saudi right now come together and put it together, we cannot go outside that time constraint anymore. It is already, we'll get a date by which we should have we for don't achieve the court in order, and we dey en route for achieve the court in order. So it's not like we sit down idly not doing nothing. The court give we order. As recent as today, they don't put on the electoral management committee, the interim elections management committee, where the court order. So the court puts we on a court footing where we for tick. So the box send it and tick. So it's not like we're sitting. Yes, in the process, there are people where disgruntled out there, but the people who then get the mandate when at the 21-man committee, they are en route to achieve the order. So we are not like lacking around or say, hey, wait till now.
How are they en route?
But let me just tell you this. Let me tell you, 2007, we had issue within a court, 11 months to the polling day, within a court. We get issue. We're a bigger family. Regardless of what happened, APC gets some ideology of camaraderie. Honestly, we make elections 6 months. We make a peace rally 6 months to the elections, 2007. We won. I am not saying it is, but I'm just saying all is not lost. Yes, we for don't prepare by now. Yes, we'll not be in need for going to court now, but we get a track record for unify this party in time for bounce back and win elections. We did that in 2007. We had so many litigations. We put them aside, we do peace rally, we go forward, we won 2007. So yes, I'm not using that as a springboard, but I just want to tell you, say, I don't acknowledge the fact, say, they are fracas. Anytime we regime change day, you must get the disgruntled ones. Yes, but so far, all the other way the Honorable Justice Fisher give the 21-man committee, then they're en route for achieve them. And then the convention before all this September. But I mean, it stands to reason, say, because of planning for this registration, now say law put on 2nd week October. I just say we just want to concentrate more. So the convention, they take one constituency and ward election convention, 1 week. And then from the regional.
Any further chances of litigation?
Well, you see, as long as the constitution exists, they ever rule out an aggrieved party. As long as the constitution did.
In the know, sir. Do you anticipate such? I mean, you not wish for such, but do you anticipate such? I mean,
I don't see none. I don't see none because the courts, it puts we on a footing to the election of the national executives. So in the process, you cannot challenge the court order. You cannot challenge a court. As long as we go according to the court.
Let me throw red meat into the lion's den, Lawyer Seasay. Honorable former Vice President Sam Sumana, of course, his intentions are clear. He wants to join the party, and I think somehow he's joined. I think I'm going to ask you that question and need for understand. But his ambitions are clear. He wants to be the party leader. He wants to rule the country. And he knows he can only do so through the All People's Congress. So in a flag bearer aspirant, in theory, because it's not make it clear yet, but we all can see the lines, the dotted lines. It just left for let we cross up. What if, and I repeat again, what if manage for get, in way as to how we anticipate membership. And not only membership, the man has been vice president for the country before. So not to forgo be some kind ordinary member any longer. Now on top, now they won't be potentially the president or flag bearer. What if this does not happen? No chances of him, tabling a grievance.
Judging from your question, you're asking me, my answer might offend with 2022 party constitution. We say every position has to be voted for.
So as a lawyer, you hold back.
Yes, your answer, it might offend the constitution. We'll say every position. So if you say you go through the convention and then you lose, but the membership issue, let me just touch on that.
Please do, sir.
The way forward for any political party, I hold the view. I always look for error on the side of morality, even though lawyers will say, no, I stick by the law. Make it always well, because the law emanates from divine principles.
Yep.
If not to canon law, will not forbid there. Now, Sami issue will not be a legal issue as a party. As I say, we're family. Some ignore the formalities. Everybody who you see now on our APC, we intend for CAM, get for CAM APC in the end. Everybody forgets that opportunity for go put in ballot box, buy you padlock, you lock and then vote for you. Whosoever emerge as a winner, now we all the falla. So for say we get the APC gets an ordained leader now, we don't sanction saying that this person, no. Waiting we they try for see, we not go want let anybody then disadvantage somebody. We don't spend so much time this constitution. And even the former chairman, he kept saying, listen, when I don't go saying that this constitution I want, when I for prepare for unintended consequences as well. He might end up getting candidates we will not bargain for. But that is the beauty of democracy. So in the end, it can be Sam Sumana, it can be me, my small brother when at the chairman for Cambia District, NGC, it can be any person we want come back. You understand? Just know, say, there will be a time very soon where everybody go come to the APC, where everybody go get opportunity for go put in box, where we all the votes, would I win? Now ain't go be flag there.
Okay. well said, sir, and thank you so much for addressing that critical piece there. Very, very essential. Family, when they come towards the end of this program, very interesting program, and the lawyer don't set many things straight. I want to remind you now that Honorable Peter Conte, and I keep the call on Conte Koroma. The other day, he tell me, why you keep the call me a Conte? My apologies. Honorable Peter Yamba Koroma of constituency 033, and Makini, will be on this program. We got a number of parliamentarians then line up because it's critical and then come and can explain. The quitting lawyer, Sisay, don't say so today. The parliamentarians then not rise up to that level, how the people them or the membership of the party, we expect them for rise up, especially when it comes to the cases of the people and some of their own contemporary them, like Mohamed Bangura, Honorable Mohamed Bangura, who was seized and jailed, yet he's called an honorable. We get for ask question what's going on. So he go there and we go ask some of them questions there or reflect some of them things there where Lawyer Ahmed don't say. When I not forget, please help for shape. Lawyer Ahmed, whilst we come towards the end of this program, sir, how determined, of course, you don't answer something like that this before. I like for go around and me say for play mind games with you as a lawyer. How determined is the party? And I speak from the context of the last term, 28 aspirants, 28. And they appear like say they don't even know each other. Can you imagine? If now one man and put them so together and manage for getting all for make like say they don't understand, then I think say people then for begin for fear. But 28 the last time, and more get for show up again this time, I suppose, because everybody wants this one green seat. Do you envisage a problem?
No, it will not be that amount, up to that amount. Trust me. Listen, yeah, you can get the book. Initially, you go get some man go through in hearts at the ring because stock is cheap, as I can say. Let tell you, if now Mr. SFC don't qualify, I get this, then somebody tell you, say, Mr. Prince, you na party member, then they go select two. You just see for cast you lot, you sit on a armchair. Because a selection, all man they opt. I'm running for I don't want to use this forum for advertise, but for argument's sake, I run for national organizing secretary of the party.
Please feel free. We go like for hosting, in fact, or can talk about why you think you qualify or want for B.
Good. Then listen, me don't go around all the 12 districts there. Just the first trip, and I know the financial, the emotional, the psychological burden with that carry. Just for go campaign at all the districts there. Now, some people then go say they want. Some man no go it and engage the people and go campaign and hear waiting the people and they say. Some people then really they wait for that day where the one day where them be one see where be at the greatest responsibility for let this party go opposition. Let them go team up before that. Some man now 1 trip they go around. We can now they can lend the support to incumbent flag bearer. Say no, it's me not they continue again at the support. So me not they sway by the amount of people them way they throw their hearts at the ring. That's the beauty of democracy. We don't pay constitution say as long as you in a 5 year, you don't in at the party for 5 year. As long as you satisfy section 76 of the Sierra Leone Constitution to vote and voted for. As long as you they at the age of 42 and above, as long as you qualify, yes, throw your hats at the ring for the flag bearer. The delegates, nobody not will take the right of the delegate this time around for vote for whether they want an APC. That is what some of us fought for, and nobody no go can take that from the people. But for say when the term reach, we'll get 20, 25 people there. This last time. That last day was easy. So man, they go McKinney on the frolic, on the jolly. Now later on a net, he go put in name that he say Mr. Want. Because he not require anything for go campaign, for pay money, for go. But this time around, wait, the few candidates we don't go declare first. That burden, the financial burden we then get. So man, his team don't lose. He go tell you, say, no, it's me, I dey support this candidate. So let them blow the whistle. You go see how when some man begin crisscross the country, when some man go meet up them part we been they wait for them, say, who say you been they tell lost power? Then they act and some question them. Some man then commodity, then they can now say, no, it's me, I dey support this candidate and not the continue.
Well said, sir. But on that same note today, is there a possibility of cross-carpeting to the other side? We've seen high-profile cross-carpeting in the case of Alpha Khan. Is that a loss or is that a win?
No, but you see, to be honest, the APC party at this point in time, we know they expect nobody from the high cadre of the party for cross carpets or for go to any other political party right now. Because why? You see, I always they say all man gets a reason why they do something, and I not get a command over everybody for say, but APC post convention therefore be a government, then go see the hallmark, say this is the government in waiting. With flag bearer, therefore, stone even simple shopping at PZ, therefore block traffic. They will see the writing on the wall. People will patient say, no, it's a lot they eat me cold rest right now, say 24th of June. So the momentum they on the day in the air, and very soon, once we get to flag bearer, you go see the majiji say this la be I want them, yeah, la it's the rest them not the fight again.
Okay, Lawyer Sisi, optimism that people will obviously support your party, support yourself, will be quite pleased. But I want for left this program with a saying of yours, either a paraphrase or this is exactly what you said, and I try for see whether I can come live on screen, sir. But what you say basically is the judiciary, or basically every institution of government, is subservient, and you use the word critically, overly subservient to the government of the day. And if this is the case, I want to come back to the judiciary under President Julius Maada Bio, who so far has used the judiciary and other institutions them for muzzle your party. We saw it from the beginning back now, your party headquarters, heavy-handed policing, we make one of una official and flee, Cornelius DeVoe, and many other things inside the wells of parliament, even though I do want to agree with you again that parliamentarians them did not stand up enough. Lawyers say parliamentarians did not stand up enough for the party. Is this not indicative of a split in terms of the thought process within the party itself. I mean, within parliamentarians, then basically, that we center down the APC parliamentarians, then.
Well, the question is convolute. Let's just address the judiciary. And one thing where you say, President Kuruma did not, sorry, President Bio, not order the judiciary. And if we not address things them by name, Salon no go ever change. Africa no go ever change. Obama say, you talk about democracy. You get forget powerful institution. We don't need powerful leaders. President Bio no can tell the judiciary we're supposed to be independent. I mean, me myself, I didn't have President Bio in shoes. Every time I get case, I go on with against the states. But the judiciary now then for look the states no say they are independent. They are under oath for serve. The parliaments for look say themselves independent, even if they go against me party member. The things that make Western institution where we all they run the camp go. Now then things say yeah, but for say the president they tell where judiciary or police say now orders from above. I no one encourage. I have never seen somebody who they sack because of it refuse orders and above. Then statewide they sack. I must say this. Yes, there is intimidation, but wait till make Kenya. Kenya they started slowly for tell the presidency say no. We cut independent. Say from Jomo Kenyatta himself. Say he can't Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, if the judiciary, even when the girl that's from above stood their ground, the police they stood their ground to call them this politicians will be upright in Africa, in Sierra Leone.
Politicians. Hang on, sir. I'm a bit confused. No, lawyer.
Even if you say, my point is, I am not saying there is not an attempt from the executive persuade the judiciary. I am not saying that. I am saying the judiciary also stood their ground. That is my point. I am not saying there's always be.
I'm glad way finally you come around to that, because that was the point. But you were straying away from there. You went on to Kenya, a good example, but Kenya don't mature. And what you say from what I understand is government may still they play and inside the institution and they until one day the institution they say we need our independence. But this has not been the case in Sierra Leone. So therefore, you know truly well that the executive is powerful. So I ask you this question again based on that same question, which is, what was the idea behind the Justice Cowan review constitution? You know very well, educate Weber on this. What was the idea, the concept behind that review day? What were the suggestions, the recommendations? Why is it still sitting on shelves?
You see the white that white paper, the white paper, the reforms are on. There is a white paper generated from cabinet, but that's a diabolic time bomb. And I know it will need the entire program on that particular white paper. Some of those reforms. We just left some of those reforms to side and day now, because we not even preempt an attack. We just want let them peep nado with those reforms. Then go see a barrage of missiles on some of the provisions we will not let them see the light of day.
So anyway, I will give you the last word, sir, but just a quick reminder on this last basis where we touch on is simply come up from waiting in at the screen now as Fambulengo they read, which are your own words in terms of the judiciary and other institutions which are overly subservient to the government of the day. And the interpretation of that will be simple. You don't need to be a rocket builder or rocket engine builder to understand.
Of course, look, if the police go detain a member of parliament, because the government lost election in that area, they're not happy. Police go detain member of parliament for 6 days without charge, and then police they hold people them. They know they allow lawyers them for even see them because they feel say they aggravate the suspects, they aggravate the state. You understand? So now institution and they were neutral. and not take me word for it. I'm just
Exactly,
re-echoing,
sir. The
waiting,
police chief.
echo out, waiting European Union report say. Simple. I have an
Yeah,
authority. I'm a lawyer. I speak with authority.
absolutely.
Simple.
There's
I
no
just say
doubt
re-echo,
about that.
waiting
And not
European
just
Union say for the records.
a lawyer or not just another lawyer, but a very brilliant lawyer.
Thank you.
Lawyer Sisay, one final word, perspective on all of these things what we talk about and the future of your party. I know say there's a lot of optimism oozing of you in terms of waiting here for happen and the analogy the way you draw. But let's look at this this census, this voter registration, your party, the membership issue, going into convention, and potentially what you wanna all hope for see 2023 the back of President Bio. How do you come across with all of that? One final word, sir.
Well, this is the part. But before I can answer your question, I get do's and don'ts way I want show people and for this registration.
Absolutely.
Way I want let people and go. So I hope say go give me time, la just be the do's
Yeah,
and don'ts. But let me answer.
take your
Let
time,
me
sir. You
answer.
got all the
Let me answer your question first. Yes. You see, the reason why I was so peeved, I must say this, and I will remiss if I fail to mention it. The reason why I was so peeved with this demonstration was that we've been there in the we get an inside strategic team at the party. We've been so focused on winning these elections and this registration. And then come this all of a sudden this demonstration we know to me no get aid in no get tail. I must say, because the
really.
reason why I said so, no, honestly,
No,
on the 10th,
I agree.
remember
Lawyer Ahmed, I've
the
had this
date
conversation, sir, with many
it
people.
started
It's
on the
like I
8th.
don't understand the timing of
The
it.
date it started on the 8th. They say the sit down strike. This whole rubbish started on the 8th. On the 8th, at the rush for go put local for represent the Northwest for go the the first electoral commission stakeholders meeting for go prepare because we have an entire all day workshop with NEC. And then you meet up people, then you meet up troops, you know, able buy water, things, and there are people, I know I'm talking now because it will harm the enemy, but it is counterproductive. But come back to your question. We, as far as strategy is concerned at the APC, the reason why our party is supreme way campaign strategy, because we get so much people that we get common sense. And you they tell me about preparation for win the 2023 elections. We get people them, we get so much areas them way, regardless of this problem with this, so what we they work on. And I want to give confidence and reassure our membership that even though on the surface you will see there is some bit of dichotomy, we are focused. We try for put things in order, so we go give people a chance for get a free and fair elections. Ours is simple. We choose the straight path for win the elections. Whosoever want take the bend path for rig, get the most difficult task, I must assure you. So if you ask me about the party in readiness, we're ready. You know, good player, 5 minutes na pitch. 5 minutes na pitch, it will make big impact. Let me leave you with that. Now, let me show you some of the do's and don'ts. Wow. First of all, let's show now how the process they go for this registration. Since now in at the crux of this show, albeit the quest for the political party instability don't take over the bulk of the show, and nobody no go blame me on that. The process, as I say earlier, now two phases. Phase one, they start from the Saturday, the 3rd of September to the 17th of September. Now, 1,815 stations they open, but the entire country, they start the same day. the entire stations, them way they get for go register, they're all marked and indicated. 3,630, go meet them, put paper, they say, now they get for register, but if not, if you not fall within the first half, where then they register, then go tell you, say, this station is closed, will be reopened on the 20th. Because it starts on the 3rd of September, it done the first phase, it done on the 17th of September. Then after 2 days break, on the 20th of September, then starts na the other side of the constituency. So picture your constituency, say, it divide into 2 wards. The first ward, now then they do first for the first 15 days, now constituency. The second ward, now then they do back na the other constituency, the second 15 days, yeah? So polls and the OBS, the registration center, they open from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily and Sunday in all the 442 wards, okay? So as I've been saying earlier, when you enter, they verify you, you go take, you go at the 50 kits, then go raise your data, get your picture, and then you go register. Now, the things same way me, they tell you now, so where you need for do, the do's. Do ya a beg, if you able, take your national ID, like passports, or driver's license, or old voter ID card. If you carry your old voter ID card, it will help you, because if you not post, you ain't not been there na NACRA then computer. You not been there to tell them they register civil registration last year. But you don't can now, but you been vote last year. When you carry voter ID card, it easy na the queue. Then go just say, oh, well, we know there, you go na the second journal. Then go take your name, verify you, use the same picture, you no need for snap, then just they go back, then give you slip, you go. But if you're not there, then a new registration, you need for go snap, you go. So the day when then they can't do the exhibition, you just say, I take your card. You know, they get your card the same day. No. Plus, do ya it easier for let you identify who side you want vote first. If you be registered, last year I been registered na Spur Road, number 9. And then this time around, me walk don't get me go bo. But still, I want go na Spur Road. So I they go Spur Road. I say, now I be registered, but this trip now, bo, I want let you send me name. They say, whose ward, whose bo, whose constituency. They show you the constituency, the address, then they send you name, they say, now I want to vote. Okay? But if you go now, you constituency, who say you register. It good for let you register, let you know, say, the day for election, it fall on a Saturday. Normally, Saturday, I can sleep to me granny, now Wellington. So, and on 3 successive elections, when would they get the security meetings, then they ban all other form of transportation, past public transportation, no more, put no more 9 for all. And they ban all other on vehicles, past they accredit you. So take and say the day for the polling, if you can vote na Spur Road, but weekend you can go sleep to your granny. Member say easier let you register, Busai easy for you for vote. So if you think for Susai one vote this time around before you go, then if you then at the diaspora, you want be part of this government, then cannot make you minister if you not register. So you need for go register. So the registration not just for vote and for the voted for even qualify for certain executive position, you need for them at the voter register. Okay, then. I also want let people persevere. Take your family, friends, can and go to the center where you want to go vote. Not just grab you one. Take your family, take all man. So now all go register. In a done away with them. Remember, say Saturday and Sunday, the polls all they open from 7 to 5. Okay. Now, but the most important things then they don't. Things that way you know for do at all. Multiple registration. You know, go can register now, yeah? Where reach McKinney say, Abraham, I be register. But you know, me, I don't change my mind. Now, I can't go register now. You know, I want let them let now multiple registration. The system they pick you up, they reject you, but the worst thing a crime, then go hand over you to police. Okay. Then for send false rumors and panic. While they talk to INASO and make sure say we go the workshop with electoral commission, we understand them, then give you blueprints, we read, then show you all waiting there for be anything where show concern, and they tell them. And when someone they say electoral commission, you believe them to no, it's just that then they respond to we request as a political party. And as we they go along, we they work with them. Yes, but not spread false rumors and panic, like waiting to man on social media, then computer, then don't program them already, then can now all man in name day, then this, that. It is a crime. If you go begin send false rumors where they panic the system, inself na crime, inself na it don't. Okay. The other thing you therefore give priority to disable. When you go na the queue for saying me for sky mama elect you na kumra, or you get picking them, or you know go work. No, go join the queue. No, as a civil, therefore be civil. As an advanced society, let we give priority na the queue. The queue get for long. But if you see the queue controller take somebody because he blind, or you know able work out, or then a wheelchair or na kumra or get belle, beg show patience. Do not raise hell. Say no, I've been on there from this 6 o'clock. You get for give priority, okay? So, and the staff where they register, make sure say you not be offensive to them. The money, then staff there where they see, so some of them, school picking, school teacher, the money that they pay there is small. So for give them, go begin cost them or rain abusive language, you only they delay the process. It's also a crime. Please do not do. Then no politicking. You cannot campaign. Yes, people then don't decide, say, will they go take people and they push for campaign, for camp register, well and good. You they aid the process. Because some of the people that way they go bring na push for can not all self get for votes for you. But not kind of single na party song there, or you wear your party symbol, color, we get your party emblem banner. I know say if Manchester United they play, yes, you get right for wear your t-shirt, go vote with, go register. Okay. Thank God Manchester United now they get green, they get red. So it depends if now away you want well for go register or na the home kits. But the home kits, of course, is always supreme, is the best. Okay. Now, do not politic in all seriousness. You cannot go na the registration center, begin get that people them and send you put you it yourself. Okay. And then no underage voting. It is called universal adult suffrage. That is why it is so called for a reason. No under 18 voting. I make the NACRA computer, it capture people who will be 18 the night of the registration, like tomorrow. So we don't, I mean the 24th of June. So the 23rd na net, people the way they turn 18 on the 23rd na net. We do clean the meets and now 18 year. Now then people and the computer they register. So 24th of June 2023, if you don't turn 18, the computer, NACRA computer, they pick you up, they qualify you. But no underage voting. You attempt for do that, also it's a crime. Okay. And then patience, no bribery, not give nobody money for let they help you. So if I reach that side, I just want to tell you thank you for listening to me, and thank you very much. Now and then media.
Yes, I'm Famule Onadoyeri, and I almost missed that part. But when you the host, very smart people have been saying it over and over. You know exactly what the program was about. In fact, that was the title on the flyer, the do's and don'ts. But in the end, he captured it. And that piece, they will be caught on by tomorrow morning, send all over the dunya, this particular latter part, because this is not the critical part. I know say the lawyer asked me or he says something in terms of the questions around the party and what have you, which be absolutely necessary. But the focal point is waiting you end up on. And I want to say thank you very much. Before we go, let's just do with traditional thing what we can do now by recognizing people the way they watch and comment them. Just a few. We'll try for read a few because there are not too many today, but just a few. So Fuad Sise, welcome, welcome. Sorry, Ibrahim Kanu, I'm watching from Saudi Arabia. Wow. Look, this is something new that I want on the platform. Whenever una they watch, if una can say who someone they watch from, we go really appreciate that. From Saudi Arabia, greeting Riyadh. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Lahai Kube Dauda. Good evening, TNN. I am excited to watching this most important awareness and education about the governance of our country. Your media programs help strengthen our fragile democracy. Keep it up. Of course, by the guest, and this guest will bring come, we don't outline onto that latter part. Watch out tomorrow morning for this particular clip we ended up on. Alosan Kamara, please, APC, be wise. Sorry, Ibrahim Kanu. The good about today's program is that it is purely educative. Thanks to Allah. No filthy comments. Thanks, Brother Emil Kroma. Thanks to the guest. He is the man that made the program. Abu Bakr Rashid, to make the registration process easy for those who have the NACRA slip and the last voter's identification card, take them with you to make it easy for you to be captured. If you lost them, your telephone number could suffice, so the processing times will be less. For the sheriff watching from Germany. Hi, Germany. How are they do they? Thank you, Brother Fode, for watching from Germany. Salon Pekin, the process has already been manipulated by the government. Hashtag Ahmed don't want to say it. Charismatic staffing. Salon Pekin, only God and the international community can save us from the this wretched government. Christine Cooper, may I drop a question here? What is the procedure for diaspora voters? Do they have the possibility to register at the embassies of their respective countries like the US as it? Or are they expected to travel at the last second notice and at huge expense, even in 2022, in a digitalized world? I don't think so, but lawyer Ahmed, you want Rob Mothman that small?
It's the beauty of the legislation. That's why I supported the public elections at 2022. That's a fantastic accolade from the president, I must say, that for bring an initiative for enact. Now, it is impossible because of Electoral Commission, not by law anymore. The law permits overseas registration. It gives the commissioner the power for register outside Sierra Leone at a place to be determined by the commission within 15 days and to be advertised the location within 21 days. So they're not going to just say inside the ambassador on post on then few people that go register. Then get for publish and 21 days for una. But because the logistic constraint this time around, they will not. But the next registration, NEC, they start from the diaspora. Then they can register from the diaspora and then go with the register and a salon. They go continue. But the acts don't enable now overseas registration. So by law now, it is possible, but by logistics, it is not this time around, I'm afraid.
Okay, Sister Christine Cooper. Obviously, I hope that helps. Okay, but it was a good question, good reflection. Abubakar Rashid, Salon Pekin, let's wait for the process to start. Let us don't preempt. I am of a strong opinion that the process will go on without any problem. Let's hope for that. Good one, Abubakar Rashid. I mean, let's hope for the best. So that's a good one. Agibi, Christine Cooper watching from the Principality of Liechtenstein. Wow, that's Eastern Europe, Liechtenstein. I never knew that. People are watching us, far and wide, Lawyer Sisay. I am really thankful for that. Yeah, thanks, Christine. Yeah. Wilfred Cassell, you are talking like you are not in this country. Okay, I don't know who Wilfred was referring to. Martha Bangura is watching from London. Hi, Martha. Alaji Fula. Well, it worked because the then President Koroma was a listening person and law-abiding, but the same cannot be said of this pauper outfit. I think it will be a response to something where you see lawyer Sisay. Jans watching from Germany, another German watcher. Hi, Jans. Salon Pekin, please tell us about Honorable Medkey. Yes, lawyer Sisay. Quick word on Medkey.
As I say earlier, my brother, me, I get one, I say whatever you accuse somebody of, whatever crime you accuse somebody of, here in America, the prosecutor creates the biggest atrocities. I mean, in terms of human loss, when at the Oklahoma bomber. Then this guy in Norway, we massacre thousands of people. They went through the due process. But for there, you go see somebody where you accuse of riotous conduct, you go subdue him in a place where he cannot get access to lawyers, he cannot get access to visitors, and he then a police custody for so. Because crimes of that nature, when you don't pass a certain time, 10 days, you get for go to a magistrate for extend the detention period. Now, whatever crime you say, because why I'm saying this, politics in Africa is vicious. Me, I am against vicious circle and revenge. I mean, people and way they try for revenge. But these are something that we the guide against, and this it be at the hallmarks of future revenge. When we go stand as human rights lawyers, then go say, we say be there with their own medicare, they not get access to visitors, they not get access to lawyers, and you get the right to fair trial under the Constitution, under the conventions, under the African Charter, under everything you get the right to a fair trial, regardless of which they hold you for. Do you understand? And now you can't tell me, say, for even get access to the man, no problem. So he's still under detention, and we still not clear the reason for his detention. And we are of this opinion because he was arrested a day before the crime. So even if you want to hold him as an accessory before the fact, there are rules, because you have to prove your case before you detain to the lawyers the reason for detention. But no, you hold this person tomorrow. If the table turn, then do you so. Because when the party APC touch the Constitution, we are all over the place opposing them. Say, because it is not that even though it's my party, because we stand for the truth. But there are people today who know they talk simply because they take their own political party as a cult, then take their own political parties above human rights, then they justify, hey, that boy they shoot an infant for himself. So what? Even if you accuse him of treason, he not get the due process. You know, I have a saying, I might not agree with what you're saying or doing, but I will lay my life for your rights to say so under the Constitution.
Yeah. Many thanks for that. And Salon Pikin, I hope that helped. You ask a fine question and the lawyer go at length for broke that down and even go beyond. Many thanks for that. Megan Rogers Wright, thank you so much, sir. Well-educated program. Thank you, Megan Rogers Wright. Jeremiah Sembe Sisi, Ahmed, we all know you are supporting Sam. Okay, that's your view. Jeremiah Sembe Sisi, Ahmed Samora will be our flag bearer by God's grace. He talks about party unity, so he could be supporting somebody, but all he wants is the unification of the party and for achieve the end desire. Conte J, the only way for diaspora is to travel to Sierra Leone and register. Banks Umar, very educative program. Thank you, Tianen. Many thanks, Banks Umar. Christine Kupada, very unnecessary and unfair. I think nobody travel to Salon for register. That's what we have for now, but like you, the lawyer don't give you an outline as to waiting a comment. Thanks to President Bill. Salon Pikin, Ahmed will never support the demonstration. We know his angle. I wish I could get you on for explain to we waiting on your angle and the demonstration. So again, and this anyway, I will left this for another day. But this is part of the split that I'm talking about, because it seems like there is a section of the All People's Congress that supports the demonstration, and there's another set, here that say no, it was ill-timed and it not benefit the party nothing. But another thing.
The problem with we Sierra Leoneans, yes, you know, say you have the right to say what you want to say, you have the right to support whether you want support, but waiting gets the problem now. For let you say me not get right for support, who that one support. Now you get rights no more for support. You know, the dynamism of politics. Me not a bleed lazy politician. That is my position in the APC. I know they tell anybody go sit down and that would they bring am for you na plate. It's not
Absolutely.
possible. The one
Absolutely.
when I by Kuma 2007, where the 2002, where the people were now the first campaign team for Ernest Kuma in 2000 in 2000. Will not allow Ale Sidom say will not they breed competition for her. No, for let you allow, and it's all people's Congress. It's not some people's Congress.
Okay, let me just rush through this because we get like 2 minutes for just finish this off. Banks Umar, indeed the demonstration is senseless. Of course, it's past now, yeah, but yeah. Conte J, what about if you are going to turn 18 years before the election? That's a sweet one, but the answer is already in the question. But I pose that to the sitting in-house lawyer. There's a question there. What if you were to turn 18 years before the election? What about that, lawyer
No,
Ahmed?
no, it's simple. If you are 18, the night, the clock strike that today I am the election we are to be held tomorrow, and you are 18 today, you qualify. If the election we are to be held tomorrow, and you're 18 tomorrow, you qualify.
Yeah, but lawyer Ahmed, you will have missed like the registration process, not so. So I think saying that
No. You they register now. That's I say. Then they register 17-year-old right now. We go 18 before the
at the
election. Now
time.
that's I try
Okay,
for thing.
thank you very much. Yeah.
Then they
So
register people them we get for 18. So
yeah,
it's
I got
prospective. It's
yeah,
prospective. Yes.
I got you now, sir. Many thanks for that. And Conte J. So the people that already don't know the timeline. So if you're 17 and at the turn when the election they can take place, you will be 18. They will register you as a 17-year-old when they turn 18 at the turn of the election. Many thanks, Lawyer Sise. George Orwell, Lawyer Ahmed, what are you guys going to do to see that these guys talking about the SLPP did not register children below the age of 18 in their stronghold? Let me reframe that. You got that, Lawyer Sise. But let me reframe that. Over a year ago, I get intelligence. I've never spoken of this, and I not bother for go on for Investigator Intelligence Day, that the Ministry of Education don't harness the education role, they picking them. Potentially we get for turn 18 by election time. So then they don't switch automatically to their advantage. Like I say, I'm not able to explain them in detail because that story I don't ever follow, but I got that intel day over a year ago. And supposedly, I think George Orwell they try for asking a different things. Lawyer Ahmed, and this is directed at you. What are you guys going to do to make sure that these SLPP they don't or do not register children below the age of 18 in the stronghold?
You know, there's a study that says 92% of bats in Sierra Leone are unregistered. 92% of bats in Sierra Leone, they are unregistered. Now, if I am to litigate a matter concerning whereby somebody ages under contention in a saloon, how do you determine someone's age? Now, there's the school curriculum, the school system gets an age gap system, but the mandate way the Electoral Commissioner gets, they can only extract data that are statutory. The data, now make NACRA, then data, now statutory data, then they now with us. So if a education compile a register, we'll not go even allow them. We'll not even think say they go allow them. No. It's would they look at somebody and determine. That is why we have manned every station. We get volunteers them now. Every station we accredited, we go at least make sure see underage not register. Because again, with that, if you see somebody whose class you dey, class 6. Of course, you know, go SS1. You don't sit Becker, yes, you don't sit Becker. You dey was. So most of the time, whose school you they go, so you don't sit was, yes, I don't sit was. they are deemed to be 18 and over.
Yeah, but lawyer,
Even though
Ahmed,
some people at
are you
17.
going to be investigating such on the spot based
Of
on
course, that is
the
why
documents where
I
people
said
can present?
we would they take data complaints, right? Because we not allow for impede the process. And I did repeat that. Will not for impede, will not for stop the process at any time. Any anomalies, we write them down, we document the time, the officer, and everything, and then we raise that concern to the outreach officer. And then they go to that center, they audit that center day and look the person because telephone number they address they investigate. If that person they find and say he they underage, not crime. That person they don't commit crime. So we go do the investigation. I no one show with strategy, but all I can say, we say don't go at arm length for setup. For they say man do two man watch. We say don't get, but I no one go as far as telling people how we plan for flag up now the area that we consider not to be our stronghold.
Okay,
How we tend for flag up.
the art of war,
Yeah.
sir, the element of surprise. So you are going to
Yeah.
keep that surprise package. Many thanks.
Yes,
Sue is watching from Osaka, Japan. Wow, Osaka, Japan. This is great. Thank you so much, and greetings to Osaka. Suleiman Toure, good job, Mr. Sise, watching from Angola. Wow, Luanda, hello. Thank you so much, Otondo Sise. This one is a regular watching from Sweden. Hi, Otondo. Always get some some critical, yeah, but very good man. Salon Pikin. The advantage of hashtag the demo was that it exposed the government totally to the world. Well, again, Salon Pikin, that now you view that they possibly sound like that was the intention even before the demo for say this is what we aim for achieve. So anyway, we go left that one day, and I go read the last one or two comments then for tonight, and I go get for let the good lawyer go. Jane Taylor is watching. Hi, Jane. Sorry, Ibrahim Kanu. In my view, we should not worry if 15 or 16 years old were to be registered for election sake, as long as NACRA and NIN factored, such should remain intact forever. That would be a violation of the law, and that are the first and most basic thing. So if them even do want to your advantage, assuming that your opposition is still an infringement on the law, right, a lawyer?
Yeah, and mind you, almost 90% of registrants may have been captured na the NACRA register. Without knowing that, there once upon a time there will be a voter registration. So then school picking them where they can go, then don't register, don't give their name and date of birth in advance. So we go and go vote, you know say in date of birth, then an NACRA computer already, we give date of birth, then go tell and say, no, you not qualified. So because the young generation then participate largely in this voter registration because people them in the Bokuwe vote. So it help we halfway. Even their village them way would they expect saying a chief they go identify because that's ID back. The other way they listen to we get people in a village, rest assured we no get documentation. You can make sure say the councillor, the chief, the section chief, the tribal headsman, then they where then can always they ask. Let them not tell you say go na house, you no get ID, you no get nothing, go na house. No, if you go na house, go call Pabokari, the headman, say then no, you sabi me, you no gree la vote, say me na salon posse. Because all that enough for proof say vote, you get for be ordinarily residents at the area, you not Sierra Union, and you get forget somebody for attest to that. So I forget for touch that side. If you not get no documentation, let that not deter you, let that not make you afraid for go register. If person not did the way they identify you, go back, go take somebody. And when they come, tell the man at the queue, say, do you hold me space, so go take somebody who can learn no queue again. We go, they come, they jump the line, they go meet the queue controller. All like that, then thing and they will discuss them at the seminar.
Okay. Larry, the final last 3 for round of the program. We'll begin with George Orwell. That is the answer I am expecting from you, sir, because there have been rumors that they were registering children below the age of 18 during the fake midterm census and bringing people from Liberia to register in the stronghold. Okay, so the good lawyer don't address that, and I am happy that you are pleased with the response. Banks Umar, give us the disadvantage. What about the loss of life? So Umar is still late on the demonstration and what have you. So the loss of lives is as a consequence of the demonstration. Had the demonstration not happened, and I'm not justifying the loss of lives. I don't justify condone any form of violence. But the question we ask now is just the attempt for answer, and hopefully I understand that. So the loss of life came about as a consequence of the strike action. It was due to heavy police handedness. I still believe, say, police get different assets for use, but they went there, you had to do what they did because they could have used different means, tear gas, smoke bomb, bang, whatever, instead of live bullets. When you use live bullets, then your intent is to kill. Yes, lawyer.
Mr. Moderator, sorry for interrupting. Let me take the cue from the caption where they troll Nayubabi and say the institutions are overly subservient. If you are a politician, a very skillful politician, knowing that there is an element of state capture, these institutions cannot be easily overrun. So say, I mean, even where they have given us a permit in accordance with the Public Order Act, they issue a permit to a group intending to protest. Then go follow the process accordingly. The prospect, the propensity of hoodlums and other elements, rogue elements, deviating from our agenda, illume. That is why political demonstrations these days, I felt so bad when the SLPP, and I take it as an insult, for say we as a political party will sit down as a policy and organize a strike of that magnitude. That is an insult to us. We will never sit down as a political party, as a policy, as a political party for doing that one. So we go think, say, the strike, some man feel say, hey, timely, hey, we not the support. You get for know you player, where you play chess, for know your opponent. Know waiting you they meet na treat. Know how they handle we na Makeni. Know how they handle we na Tombo. Know how they handle we na Makeni. So you they think twice when you want to do anything. That is why we not they condone any violence. You understand? And it is quick to stop this blame to your opponent, say na irresponsible. It's a political gimmick. With them, they will sit down in their pillow. They know that as an operative, as a party, we not get nothing for do with that. But waiting they sell to the international community, now then give them, say, we as a party were involved. We're not. But now they want let the international community go forsway the message. For say there is no message from the protester, there is a message. There is hardship. But the way and manner in which Unaduam can only push the country into a different image in terms of branding.
Yeah, many thanks for that, sir. Salon Pikin, God bless T and N, and also the guest. Many thanks, Salon Pikin. Peter Dowda, this registration process is not going to go smoothly. Lawlessness will disrupt it in some areas. Well, everything that we seem for hold, you will get a little bit of fracas, and I hope say not just little bit, because obviously, your view resonates with mine that there will be, but I hope for less of it, so that we not see any more further loss of lives. Thank you, Peter. Sorry, Ibrahim Kanu. We often hear officials threatening people that their mothers and fathers will wear black if ventured for demonstration. Well, yeah, we've seen it openly. That's why a precedent is being set. Now, I make you really guys talk about revenge. Probably that one is cemented. Yeah. Should things change hands?
Exactly. Because, listen, where in the world do they see police use live bullets again on rioters? Where? Let's face it. Where in the world? Yeah, then there is rubber bullets everywhere. Where in the world do they see police use live bullets? Again, it comes back to a whole lot of things go unfold, but I'm just saying that It is wrong. And so far, the police have been doing something at this country and walk out with that. Nobody know the check. You understand? And two, I just want, before we close, let we know, say, we as Sierra Leoneans, we know, say, we owe it to our country for be fair and sincere. When we see a wrong, for condemn. But this political party loyalty don't consume patriotism. And it is bad because tomorrow, we picking them, it just they grow, they multiply. Look, I go one sports na Moyamba, I go one school, meetup done. So if they watch one school, then come na school, then the gum will say, Red House campus, they no give them the cup for dance. They say they no let them dance in the street with red. You understand? So you tell me where our country is going, where camp and politics. People then they see and now every politics now is season. When June camp politics season done, it's supposed for done. But so far, so much animosity and toxicity they go on, where we need as a nation, when we see a wrong, for identify and say, yes, I'm SLPP, but to be honest, what the police did was wrong. Yes, I'm a Sierra Leonean. What me, the images of me seeing that police officer batter plunge me into trauma. When I see somebody they lose in life, it plunged me into trauma. But again, it bring back Usa. It all started when SLPP came to power. There was one police officer with a chase Nakenima with axe and everything back. All those images, it come and it is slowly degenerating into tribal war. I hate to say this because of we not able to talk the truth. Now, you say the strike not in Abo and Kenima, which is fine. You know, they're at the south and the east. Fine. Then they say, oh, not for talk saying a tribal war. Then they target with the thing demanded. Why I say so? You say the strike not in Abo, not in Kenima, not in the south and east. It is true. But why then they go damage the team demand and table na market, Nabo? Why? Where the strike not did it. So you see who side this thing they degenerate. If we not be careful, if we not say the truth, it is wrong for see lives go. Either be police officers, either be civilians. It is wrong, senseless. So we Sierra Leoneans get for take and say, the police get for no say, when you trigger small thing, the consequences, ramifications can be huge. So in part of them training, then go no say, if maybe in an action they give counter action. So all these things we need for address them as a nation. But we they quickly sweep them, sweep on the carpet, put up a committee where they investigate on this. But mind you, the international community is watching. Somebody go grab a senior citizen, the ICC. Let me tell you how the ICC works. International Criminal Court at The Hague get 4 routes. The first route, the United States, when as member of the Security Council, or China, the 5 Security Council members can indict you. The second route, the member states by the president can indict you. The third route, anybody when an individual citizen of a member state can bring a case of human rights abuse. And then the chief prosecutor of the ICC can indict you. So tomorrow, a citizen can get up, he say, me, I not agree waiting and me do yanda, and the ICC go provide platform. And when the evidence are overwhelming, so let us as human beings, not to as Sierra Leoneans say, as patriots, say the truth where it matter.
Many thanks, lawyer AHMED SESAY. Grateful for that. I've been also at the last one where they read, but a regular contributor to this program, Sister Anita Koroma, just post something, and I feel compelled for reading because she always makes sense. So let's see what he say. Myopic minds is indeed why people are so backward in even wearing colors, especially with those politicians and adults. To my surprise, sorry, I am free to wear any color of my choice. Period. Sierra Leone is the country on earth, is the only country on earth behaving this way and about party colors. Of course, there's discrimination on colors. You can see now they have social media video them if they call a meme in social media in which you see dog and poos or two dog them, they say one are green, one are red. You know, they go against or monkey them. This is the new narrative. It's the new drive. It's the new meme. Yeah, Sister Kadiatu Jallo. Hello, all Kadiatu Jallo watching from Bermondsey, London. Hello, Sister Kadiatu. You've come towards the end of the at the end of the program. But all the same, greetings to Bermondsey. Like AHMED Sesaye, I'm grateful for participating in the program. Of course,
Thank
you've
you.
provided in-depth education for we people, especially on the subject matter voter registration. And we go cut that and we go put them out there. We make sure say it go wide and far in media terms and call them viral. That's exactly what's going to happen for aid the process in terms of voter registration. Many thanks. I've seen you a few times on the platform, and certainly this is not the last, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We've come to the end of this program. A very beautiful program, very educative. You can read that from even the guests and we watch. Not forget, we get a lot of parliamentarians who would all line up, who will be coming to the show. And away from that, we get a sister where they aspire for the, I think, a cheerleader for the All People's Congress, then a sister Bintu. She will be on the program. We're trying to get a date set because it looks like say the calendar full up. But somehow we'll have to squeeze in things to make things happen. It's been the Then and Now TNN Media Platform. I've been your host and presenter, Prince Emil Kroma, saying good night for now.